Alright, hello, I am back with another ranking video. This time it's the top 5 hardest dragons to rescue in, well, Spyro the Dragon. These are the dragons I had the most problems rescuing when I was younger. The reason it's a top 5 instead of a top 10 is simply most of the dragons in the game are pretty easy to rescue. They're in plain sight, so it would be hard to stretch it out to a top 10. While I will be using footage from the PS1 version, the same thing would apply to Reignited, since the dragons are all in the same spots.
Thank you for releasing me.
For people that don't know the plot of the game, basically some idiot dragon decided to call out Nasty Nork live on TV and call him ugly. So Nasty decided to turn them all to crystal. I mean, who can blame him really? They called him out live on TV. They tried to cancel Nasty Nork right on live TV. There are a few rules with this list. Remember, this is my own personal list, so these are my own opinions. These are not facts. I'm not trying to speak facts here. I'm not saying these are factually the top 5 hardest ever, and if you disagree, you are wrong. So let me know what ones you found hard when you was younger. Obviously, I don't have any trouble rescuing them now because I've played this game endless amount of times. I must have played the game about 20 odd times by now. God, I just love this game so much. So, with that being said, let's start the top 5. So, starting off the list, we have Unica in Jacques. And I can only presume I mispronounced Jacques. It's been 20 years and I still don't know how to pronounce it. This is actually the only boss level to have more than one dragon. Why did they have to have more than one dragon in this one? I don't know. It'd have been very nice and easy without this section. This one really did have me stumped as a child. He's very easy to spot, but working out how to reach him is the hard part. I remember just trying to fly straight across, but never got anywhere near. Until I realised there was a second fall. Of course, if you flame the falls, they trigger platforms. It's not the hardest puzzle in the world, but for whatever reason, it just didn't click at first. But then it's not surprising, since I'm the same kid that would sit there eating dandelions. So, at 4 is Maximus from Dry Canyon, a dragon with fine taste, with his love for roast vulture with just a pinch of salt. Just like Unica, it's very easy to spot where Maximus is, as you can see him from the Return Home Whirlwind. The problem is working out how to get to him. You need to do a blind jump around a corner, which in itself is a very hard section to find, as it's very well hidden. It is worth saving him though, as he's one of the funniest dragons in the entire game.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled, with a pinch of salt.
So, in at number 3 is Damon from Misty Bog. Now, when you realise Misty Bog is probably my least favourite level from Spyro 1, of course when you exclude the flight levels, because nobody likes those, that is because attack frogs.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
And some bright spark at Insomniac thought, it might be a good idea to fill a room with attack frogs and armoured Norks. I mean, what is this mess of a room? It's almost impossible to get through this section without taking damage. It caused me so much frustration when I was younger, just to unlock this silly old fool.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age. No. Why, I remember... gotta go.
I think we all knew this dragon would be on the list. Yep, it's Jed from Treetops. It's a dragon that no doubt has caused quite a few controllers to be damaged over the years. Spyro is definitely right. He could have found a much easier place to get stuck. since you have to combine multiple supercharged ramps all together in one go.
For an amazing tour of the treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
Which does make for a fun ride, but it's very unlikely to pull it off. In fact, I actually thought the only way to actually get this dragon was to just jump and glide off the first ramp and just hope you make it, which, although possible, will cause many deaths. And actually, while recording this, I found a new kind of cheeky trick. You can actually glide into the whirlwind and then turn around in mid-air and then land on the platform. So if you're not quite making a jump, aim for the whirlwind and you can still make it to the platform.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You've learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
So, yep, this is number 1. The hardest dragon to rescue from the original Spyro is Capano from Haunted Towers. I spent many a day trying to find out how to rescue this dragon. You can actually hear the crystal shaking when you're on the supercharged ramp as it just teases you. This one is very similar to Treetops in that you do need to work out a very complicated supercharged path in order to fly over to a secret area. The reason why this is number 1 over Jed from Treetops though is I could still find other alternative ways to rescue him. For this dragon, I was just stuck. He was the last one in the game I needed to find, and I just could not find a way to unlock him. Eventually I just started jumping off every part of the map until I found the secret area, and therefore was able to work out you needed to supercharge all the way down, off a ramp, off another ramp, all over the place. It's still complicated to me to this day. But that is my top 5 hardest dragons to rescue in Spyro 1. Let me know what you thought of the list and what you agree or disagree with. I always like to see other people's opinions in the comments. But for now, take care and leave me alone.